So, while the whole internet was either hyped about Tears of the Kingdom or calling it $70 DLC, I took it upon myself to play something Zelda-y while I waited. I tried the multiplayer mod, but yeah, a heavily anticipated mod releasing a month before a highly anticipated game release. Who would have guessed it would have been taken down? Anyways, I was looking at my throne gifts to see if there was anything Zelda-y to play in these trying times, and I was stuck at a crossroad. A game I could spend weeks trying to complete, or a game I could beat in less than 24 hours. I bought Cadence of Hyrule over Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and I'm proud of it. I've played this demo repeatedly with my little sister, cause to me, it's kind of nostalgic. It fuses a similar art style to A Link to the Past, just more enhanced, and has elements of every era of Zelda. And it incorporates gameplay from Crypt of the Necrodancer. It makes sense since it's a sequel to Crypt of the Necrodancer, and a rhythm game where you have to move to the beat, attack to the beat, and save the crypt or something. I don't know, I've never played the first game. But from what I do know, the gameplay is exactly the same, just Zelda-fied. You have a combat mode where you move to the beat of a song while the enemies are on screen, and a movement mode where you have no enemies on screen, so you're free to explore without being tied down to the rhythm game mechanics. Every enemy has a pattern, and it's up to you to figure out what weapons you need to defeat that enemy, or what weapons you need to go through obstacles, defeat a mini-boss, or even make your way to one of the game's 4 dungeons. And each weapon has multiple variants as well as a legendary variant, plus some weapons are exclusive to certain characters. Also, can I just say that the music in this game is the best part about it? As a Zelda fan, I love the callbacks to the old games, like the overworld theme mixing the original Zelda theme with the Great Sea, Gerudo Ruins playing Bolero of Fire, Hyrule Castle and Dark World literally being remixes of their Link to the Past versions. It's just, mwah. Chef kisses, you know, kiss the chef fight. Okay, anyways. Spoilers ahead for the game, I'm about to go over the entire plot of the base game. DJ Octavio used a magical lute to put all the heroes to sleep, took over Hyrule, raised an army of monsters, and finally made 4 giant instrument-based monsters to prepare a hero. But why did he do this, you might ask? Well, essentially, he was trying to amass an army to create a hero, and use that hero to defeat Ganon, but from how I understand it, he did these villainous acts in order to become a hero himself, or at least that's what it appears to be. Cadence from Crypt of the Necrodancer gets summoned to Hyrule due to the influence of the Triforce, and with the help of Link and Zelda, go across Hyrule, defeat the giant beasts, and get their instruments to break the seal on Hyrule Castle. The 4 main bosses of this game are just classic Zelda enemies transformed into massive music monsters. Goma, the parasitic armored arachnid, the arthropod cyclops monster, is now known as Gomaracas. It's just a spider holding maracas. You can see the pattern here. You see what's going to come up now. It is beautiful. It is one of my favorite parts of this game's charm. Wizrobobe is literally just a Wizrobe carrying an oboe. The Armos become the bass Guitarmos Knights. It's Armoses with guitars, Guitarmos, you know, you get it. And finally, my favorite one, Gleeok, the quote-unquote first boss of the franchise, and recently the most hyped returning enemy, second to Ganon in Tears of the Kingdom, is now called Gleeokenspiel. You have no idea how adorable I think this enemy is, and I know that this game is non-canon to the Zelda franchise, the Zelda series, the timeline, anything. I know it is just not canon and it's its own continuity, but if there's any enemy, if there's any character, if there's anything I want returning back into any Zelda game in the future, it's Gleeokenspiel. I've fallen in love at first sight. Anyways, our heroes break the seal on Hyrule Castle, wake up the king from his slumber, and beat the crap out of DJ Octavio. And then they go to the future for whatever reason, and beat the crap out of Ganon, who just randomly appeared out of nowhere. And then the game ends. But that doesn't mean your experience with the game is over just yet. After you beat the game, you could always go back to your save file and collect the 10 Deku Nuts scattered across the map, and unlock a secret character. It's this cute little Deku Scrub that you unlock, and it only has 1 heart, so it's really just a challenge mode for the game. It has 1 heart, and because Deku Scrub don't really have arms, or at least the majority of them don't have arms, you can't really use any weapons, although you can shoot Deku Nuts. Also, you unlock a new story mode where you play as DJ Octavio. That's not his real name, I just think it's funny to call him that. Also, as an added touch, once you beat the game, you get put on a leaderboard where you can compare yourselves to people around the world or your friends. None of my friends have this game, so I'm number 1, baby. This game was the most fun I've had in a while, and I mentioned numerous times on the channel that I grew up with my dad's consoles, so this really brought me back to that SNES era of Zelda. In addition, there's also a season pass to this game, which includes 3 DLC packs. DLC 1 is a character pack where you play as Shadow Link, Shadow Zelda, or Impa, which represent the Legend of Zelda series, and Frederick and Aria from Crypt of the Necrodancer. DLC 2 is a melody pack that adds new tracks and lets you play any song you want in any area. And DLC 3 is a new story mode, Symphony of the Mask, where you play as Skull Kid. I don't know much about the DLC from first-hand experience since I didn't purchase the season pass, but if anyone out there wants to get it for me, it's down in the link below on my throne. Anyways, my final thoughts on the game is it's a 10 out of 10 if you're looking for something that screams classic Zelda with a twist while you're waiting for these last few days before Tears of the Kingdom drops. Anyways, this has been Kurffy, God bless, and I'll see you all in the next video.